Hello everyone. So this video I'm doing a little something different with my editing because I don't really like what I was doing before. Hold on, something like this. I just need something to play with, and this is my case, my retainer. I probably should show that, but yeah. So I just wanted to talk honestly about race and friends and childhood and everything because this is my personal video diary, and I have all this stuff on my mind, and I've also been reflecting a whole lot. So basically, I don't really know how to start this off, but I guess like I've been realizing a lot of different parts of my identity, and that has made me realize that I can't relate to the people that I've attached myself to. And I feel like I'm coming in my formative years. When I was younger, I had such an ego. Probably, I thought I figured myself out completely, and I thought I was completely sure of who I was and who I would be. And so, a lot of experiences I'm having now, I would have shamed myself for. Going out, often drinking, putting on dress, those things, those feminine things, young girl things. Like, I never felt like I was a part of that kind of thing, that I would ever do that, or that I'd ever partake in this, like, culture, I guess. And so I'm still dealing with the shame of that because I am still so attached to the person I was in middle school, and I just started shedding that as of, like, last year, and trying not to recreate who I was at the time, because that person isn't mature enough for who I am now, and, naturally I would have grown out of her. But I do realize that I'm not completely ashamed of my experiences. It's just who I'm having them with. And it's not a point of shame, but it's a point of, well, that shame, people talking, my family, they're like, who'd you go out with? And I have to say, oh, ex-friend and Y-friend. And, they're both white. And it's not like, it's not just race. Like, it's a lot of things because I realize that my identity is very complex, and it's hard to figure out, like, who I'm supposed to be and, like, what kind of circles I fit nicely into when there are parts of me, I guess, that are, less common, I guess, or something like that. If I'm with, like, white people who are also queer, like, there's a good understanding there, and I don't even exactly know why. Like, I think my friend group was more diverse when I was younger, and that was it, just artsy, weird, probably neurodivergent, queer people, and that's kind of been my circle for now, and it's really interesting because, like, when I'm with my street and white friends, I, like, just feel out of place. Like, I mean, even if I don't feel out of place, even if I feel like I'm there, it just feels like this is not for me. Like, this is not how I should be experiencing these things. Like, I need to experience my formative years and adult-like things with people, other black people, and not just that, because, and I'm a family of immigrants, and that's just a different thing. Like, there's not such a leniency that there is with non-immigrants, even, like, white people, one, and African Americans. There's not, like, that leniency. There's, school and education's a focus, and then, all that other stuff. I grew up thinking, like, I would just do some of the things that I'm doing now, also because I just had such a high, like, I'm so high-mighty, and again, thought I figured it out all at 14, and then quarantine came, and it was like I erased good parts of myself that I built up, or parts of myself that helped me, and now I'm in a place where I was very lost after that. I was lost for years, and I didn't even know, and I wasn't developing a lot of those things formatively, like socially, because I was in a majority white school, and I didn't have a lot of friends who I could relate to, not just for that reason, but, like, for other reasons as well. It was just, like, the culture of the school honestly sucked, and just wasn't for me, so, like, I was in, and it's not just, like, I guess it's, like, the homogeneity of it, like, I don't know if, I think that's how I pronounce it, because when I'm with other people of my ethnicity, other Nigerians, parents of immigrants, sorry, daughters of immigrants, I don't even feel like I fit in either. But when I'm with African Americans, I also don't feel like I fit in. So it's kind of often that I fit in with immigrant, like, families who are not my ethnicity, or, like, maybe, like, Caribbean, West Indian, something like that. But yeah, I guess I kind of find that, when it comes to black people I fit in with, that is the case, or they're African American. And it's just been hard grappling with that because, like, I am really good friends with these, like, white girls, and they're great. And the thing is, it's not as easy because it's not like they're racist or they're discriminatory, and they're all, like, pretty liberal. Like, they're all accepting. Like, when I came out, like, it wasn't anything bad, like, and they're all accepting, and their families like me, and I've never experienced anything discriminatory from them, and I know that they have other friends who aren't white, and other black friends especially, and it's not even that, it's not even that they're bad people, it's just that I just don't relate to them, like, I remember I was in a store, with them, and, because I was visiting, like, we were visiting all the workplaces, and, I think this is getting a little too specific, but, like, basically, they were like, oh, what are you doing with your hair, and it's like, hair is such a topic that, like, and it's not like, it's like I'm invisible, like, they don't ask me about mine because they don't know about mine, and I don't ask them about theirs because I don't know about theirs, like, I don't know, and it's like, it feels uncomfortable bringing it up because I know that they don't know, I know that they're uncomfortable, like, there are certain experiences that they won't have, that I have, that they can't relate to, and I know the topic of race and sexuality makes them uncomfortable, because sexuality is a big, before I even realized I was queer, I've been queer probably my whole life, I've always been demisexual, I'm just not really found bi out of last year, but it's always been a part of my identity, and especially with, like, gay, queer culture, like, it's a part of the reason I don't have a lot of male friends who are straight male. It's a huge part of why I don't relate to most people, because there is just, like, the way, I mean, dating and things and relationships with the other sex is such a huge part of society, and because straight people are straight, it just works in a different way than queer people. I'm not saying it's bad or it's wrong. It's not any of that. It's not. It's just different. It is just different. Like, they won't ask me about my sexuality, and like the kind of jokes and the humor, like, it's just different. And I feel like there are parts of myself I cannot express because one, nobody can relate, and two, it makes people uncomfortable, and it like makes me uncomfortable too. You know, like, I mean, I don't really feel uncomfortable in their hair conversations. Like, I don't care, but it's just like little things like that. Like, I cannot relate to. Like, I can't relate to like fair skin or tan skin because I have dark skin, and I tan, and like fine, like I've never burned. Small things like that, and just this, I felt defeminized a lot of my life, and a part of that is my fault because I grew up as like, when I was young, I have like, people thought I was a girly girl, and then I didn't really want to be associated with that because it's like not a positive association. But then when you're relegated as a girly girl, you get to do, when you get older, you start participating in a lot of these feminine things, these grown things, like maybe you start doing makeup, your hair, or your nails, and you start wearing dresses and your heels, and you go out and you're like all done up, all glammed up, and that's things they expect you to participate in. And I just never have done any of that. And now that I might even start doing that, I just feel like so ashamed. I feel so out of place. Like, there was prom, and I just felt so weird in a dress, and I didn't even look bad. I don't think I looked bad, and I was like pretty. I was, you know, it was nice and it was well received, but I just didn't feel like I felt like an imposter. You know, like femininity has always felt like a costume for me. A part of that is just my queer identity. I think, even though I'm cis, like that, and like being in an immigrant household where there's some, you know, like my mom, she's very feminine, she goes out, but it's like her way of doing that is different. So like I didn't learn, and I didn't have role models. Like I guess my siblings did, but like again, when I was younger, I like prevented myself from engaging in those kind of things because I never wanted to be seen like that, and I always thought like at one point it would be embarrassing and like shameful, and it's like being a tall, big girl. Like again, I wasn't even feminine enough, and so there's so many layers to why I have that insecurity there. But even then, it's like these formative years, I think I need to be taught and it needs to be explained by people who are just like me. And I don't know if there's ever going to be a place or space that I feel like I'm like everybody else. And if you get the privilege to be like that, then you're so lucky. Like, it is so nice to feel like other people and to do things that are, you know, participate in experiences that you, I guess, you're like meant for, you know. And this is not even like a critique, like, this is not a critique, I'm just saying, and it's like seeking out queer friends and people with similar identity is also difficult. Like, there's a lot of different, I guess, subcultures, and just in general, like, I don't relate to all queer people. It's just, you know, like, connecting people is hard, and I feel like the more I learn about my identity and the more specific it becomes, the harder it is, because, again, like, I think I have some mild, maybe, I don't know, mild, but neurodivergence, nonetheless, and when I do certain things, I'm seen as weird, and it's like, sometimes I'm like, okay, I need to tone it down, and I don't like thinking like that. I don't like needing to tone down the strange things I do. Like, I want to be around people who understand, one, and also people who have similar things. And it's like, when you're around a lot of different people, you don't feel different at all. And I think that's my kind of environment and my kind of community, because I think when you're a kid, those are also part of, those are years where you learn, you adjust to certain things socially, and you become used to that, even if it's not good for you. And I feel like socially, I was around a very diverse queer group of people, and like group of kids actually, and like that is what I guess I've adjusted to. And so I feel like for me to learn and be comfortable with some things and shed that old part of myself that just, I guess, never thought I would grow up and do like rebellious things or whatever, but shed that shame. And it's like, I'm having these experiences and they're not with people that are similar to me, and it's like, I don't know how people who are similar to me do it. And so I feel like I'm missing out on that as well. Yeah, again, not a criticism. Like, I go on TikTok and I'll see SEC, sorority girls, you know, things like that. And it's like, that's always a group of very similar people, and it attracts people that are really similar and the same things. And it's like, I wonder if girls like that ever feel, I mean, I guess because there's probably a lot of standards with that, you know, like a certain way you have to be at all times. So I guess girls like that would feel like sometimes they aren't enough, or, but it's like feeling like you're a part of that and where everybody's so similar and you like you perfectly fit in is just not something I know if I'll ever get to experience. And it really sucks because with my family too, I think I'm asking for my family. So I think that would be the second biggest reason I think I'm on the spectrum. And so I don't even feel completely enough with them either. And then I'll hang out with my white friends, and then I'll come home and I'll be putting on a somewhat like a different mask, like as more comedy to my blackness. But of course, nobody knows I'm queer, and nobody knows about my neurodivergence or anything like that. So it's like, and it's like I have friends who I'm 100% myself with, like damn near like myself. And it's like I grew up with that, and I don't want that to be different. But again, they don't like to do those same things. So it's like, if they're my only friends, like I wouldn't be doing some of the things that I'm doing now. And it's like, how am I going to become comfortable with who I'm becoming and myself? Like, I just need, I don't know, like guidance. Like, I think my friends are a huge part of my, I guess, self-esteem. And yeah, I mean, when things got really bad during quarantine, I would say that my self-esteem was in the dirt, and a lot of things I took pride in, I didn't have the skills or abilities anymore. And that's kind of still true today. But the one thing to consider is that, I do hope to work on that and gain some of those skills and hobbies back and become confident in a different way. But when it comes to friends, it was like knowing I had them and knowing that they liked me and they related to me and everything, and they, like, just them accepting me is made me realize, you know, made me understand that, like, okay, like, I'm not this, like, I'm not, like, unlikable, you know, because I have people who like me and accept me and are similar and everything like that. It's just, I don't know, but at college I really hope to find a group of people that I can feel proud and confident in these things with, because this summer I went out and I did have more some of those experience, but I felt like the most confident ever, you know what I mean? And it's like, I think that was because, you know, I had people who were similar to me, as simple as that, you know what I mean? And yeah, so the queerness, I think one thing is that I'm realizing the queerness is like a huge part that I'm not realizing, because if my friends were both queer and they were like, I can't describe it, but like the kind of humor and jokes that that I'm accustomed to, I guess, then like I don't feel like I would be super excluded at all. And it's because those people tend to be like pretty liberal and like open to talking about identities. I mean, they're a part of a marginalized identity as well. Being with black people who are fully straight and, you know, the whole like baddie side, like I don't feel like I can do that either, but I feel like if I were to, then it's like something I can participate in, and people would look at me, you know, people would like look at me strange for participating in that. But again, I don't have like the I don't have like the confidence in the personality that comes with dressing up and being glammed up. Like I'm just not like that. And also want to say it's not bad that my friends are different from me, and I hope one day that I can tell them and I can let them know I want to still be friends. I don't want to grow apart, but it's like I want to have some of the experiences I'm having with them with different people. And you know, when I come home, I just feel like this immense shame. Like I feel like, not because I put on a character, but it's like I'm becoming more accustomed to them. And the thing is, last year, like when we started hanging out, my social battery like dipped. And they're the kind of like extroverted people who want to do everything all the time. Again, that's definitely cultural, and something like I can't completely relate to, like with my like the immigrant identity background. I'm just trying to acknowledge like all facets of like why I feel this way. But yeah, I feel like I want to tell them one day, and I don't want us to grow apart. You know, like I still want to be friends, because I need people be around people with different experiences. Like I just need that for my own sanity, and I also don't feel like someone who's exactly like me, I can even find a group with that niche. I think I'll probably be in that niche, right? Completely comfortable, 100% myself, and I'll pop out into the world and just like be uncomfortable and kind of like unassured of myself and who I am, basically. Yeah. And the shame part of coming home is like I just did a crazy thing, you know, and I'm not able to tell my family, obvious for obvious reasons, but also because like this is not the way I wanted to experience that. Like I don't feel, it's like I'm not like ashamed of them, and it's not like but I'm not always like proud of my friends, I guess, like, or because I was like I know what people think, and I know this is so judgmental, and like I don't know, this is very judgmental of me, but yeah, this is definitely one of the bad kind of like things, not things, bad kind of like one of the bad kind of thoughts, predominant mentalities that I had when I was younger. It's just like I care so much about what other people think of who I'm around, point blank, and also what I do, like who I'm associated with. And I think that kind of stems from like growing up and not feeling super, I guess, popular enough, not knowing why I couldn't be extroverted and social like other people, and why being well social I spoke to other people, while I was just seen as weird and I was trying too hard and I didn't know the right kind of cues, and then people react certain ways and I just like didn't know, like there's this kind of social code that I didn't know. And it stems from that, because like I guess like if I associate with different people, then it means that I'm better socialized, and you know, I didn't really like being relegated into the weird kid category. I didn't want people thinking about me, but it was just like this is who I am, and this is the people I'm most comfortable with. So like, what does it say about that? But it's like, yeah, I know what they're thinking, and they're like, oh, like she has only white friends and she only hangs out with them, and it's like and she's like completely fine with that. Like I wish she needs some like black friends to hang out with, and it's like not just, it's honestly just not just about race. And I know that these friends I have, I know that like deep down, like we are similar and we connect, and that is genuine, but it's just the external outer layers, that external inner layers that are still important, that are still the experience that that needs to be related to, is not there. And I feel very uncomfortable with that in a time where I'm supposed to be remaking myself essentially and reforming myself. And that's probably the best way I can describe that. That is the essence of this video. I am supposed to be recreating myself, and I need to be enabled with confidence by people similar to me and who can relate to me. And yeah, that is it. This tackled a lot. I'm shocked, but no, just let me know what you think. This is just my video diary, so it's not meant to be critical. I'm not like talking about a problem. It's just what I think, and something I've been insecure about for a long time, since this is happening more often. And it's like I'll be talking to my family, and I'll be like, oh, I want to mention something that X friend or Y friend was doing or did or said or thought, and we get together, and I realize, oh, like they know who they are, like what they look like, and it's just like, oh, she's hanging out with them and having these experiences, and she doesn't really know, and it's like she doesn't know that she's not like them, and it's like, I know. And that internal knowing, that shared knowing that's not shared at all is, it's definitely brutal for me. But yeah, and then I come home, and it's like I try to reconnect with myself, and when I do it with my friends who are black, it's like it's like nothing. It's like nothing because they're still accommodated to me and my identity, and that's not a problem for them. And it's awesome. It's really amazing. But yeah, I can't really. And yeah, so.